Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia Season 7 Episode 11 reaction. So the previous episode we got to see more of Endeavor fighting against All for One, and we got to see Endeavor making a decision. The decision that he is not going to forgive himself, or he's not going to go in that path because his origin in itself is anger. He's going to focus on that, and is going to use that as an opportunity to defeat All for One or fight against him, and clear the path for the future generations. So like something like that he decided, and he gave his all. In the end it seemed like it worked for a moment, but then again All for One brings out another, I guess, trump card or whatever, because this keeps happening every single time. Like something happens, it seems like we are winning, but Endeavor or Shigaraki every time brings out an Uno reverse card. And I'm guessing the same is happening here again. So let's see what happens with that. Also, over there in Shigaraki's battle, Bakugo and everyone else tries their best to stop him, but he's just is he like nothing really happens by the end of it. He actually is so damn strong. So let's see what happens, with this, both the places are like in a troublesome situation, and Deku is still on the way. So yeah, let's see. Episode number 11, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Excuse me. Right. Yeah, the Deku will come here if he's here. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Oh boy. Oh god. Wait. Is this? I can't recognize. Oh, it's him. Yeah. For a moment, I was like, so Meteor's here. Okay. It's been a while I've heard him, so I forgot his voice. Light fades to Ren. Bro, it was one of your people who dragged him out of here. Oh no, it broke his. Oh no. Goldfish poo. Yo, what the hell? Oh my god! Yeah. Oh! Nice. Sun Eater. So, nice. Okay, so this might paralyze him for a moment. Yup. Yeah! What in the. What on God's green earth is going. This guy is just. Well, Miro still. Yep, there he is. Nice. Okay, there you go. Nice. Okay, now how do you fight someone who can literally go through your attack? Let's see what he does, Shigaraki. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's why you destroy everything. You don't have any friends. Yep, true. He had not only friends, he had nobody to like help him. Okay, connected the attack. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Damn. Whoa. What? Oh, he's still fighting in his head. He's knocked out. He's unconscious. All right. Damn. Damn. Yeah. Just yeah. Even Mirio's like, wait, what? I wasn't expecting that. He's like, yeah. Not in that sense. He's like, he's still a kid inside. So, that's why he's just. Oh. Wow. Yeah, it came out for a moment. Hmm. Right. Hello? Where are you going? Oh, towards Bakugo. Like, something's happening. Like, Bakugo's like sparks. Hmm. Yeah, but if he doesn't pay attention to you, exactly, he's gonna do his own thing. Oh, okay. So, whoa. Oh, he's using the. I was like, what's happening? He's using the fiber. Oh God. Stretch your fingers. What? With the what? Damn. Yeah. Yeah, people didn't like it. Well, we took it in a wrong way. Oh my God. Well, because he's not used to. Oh, Fushigi. Oh Lord. Oh god. Takes time to activate. Dragon fruit, spider, crab. Whoa, what is that? Damn, he's making some kind of hybrid chimera. And using that opportunity, he's feeding it energy. She's feeding it energy. Yeah, his quirk is pretty damn like crazy. It takes a long time to activate, I guess, but you know, if you're properly able to use it. Oh, easier to be. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it is. Oh, it's a cannon. I see. Oh, I thought. Oh my god. I thought he's like making some kind of a chimera or something. Oh, oh my god, it's still. Oh yeah, nice, nice. Yo, yeah, that was required. Wait, did they break it? Did they break the? They broke the. Oh, yeah. Like I should have expected. Like this freaking. Well, because the main character is still not here. That's why. Unfortunately. How is it not even scratched? Like, what is going on? Okay, they've made too much plot armor for Shigaraki. I feel like. Oh, final. No, wait. Oh, that's Bakugo. Never mind. I thought that was Deku or something. Oh my god, his whole body's like sparking or something. Oh! Damn! Oh yo, you're getting a your face is gonna blow now. Oh! He's probably I don't know what he's doing, but he's probably using the heat to propel himself to reach like crazy amount of speed or something. Work explosion. Palms of his hand create explosions. Side effect. It like increases the body temperature, I think. I swear. Oh, so yeah, like that's why sparkling. Yeah. Yep. He's an extra. Whoa. All my autograph? Yeah. Well, he was also a big fan of like there you go. Oh no, are they like what? Oh, great. I don't like this. Thank you. Did they stop him? Oh, thank you. My God. For a moment, I was thinking like, oh no. Oh, thank God they stopped him. He changed the whole weather. Rise in temperature. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Whatever. Whoa. What happened? Oh no. What? What the hell? Oh my God. Now what? Ugh. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm sure they'll bring him back. Like they said like his heart. I'm guessing his heart stopped. Like, I don't know. Is there anyone here who can, like kind of pump it back into using like electric or whatever, electric shock impulse, whatever. You know how they do using what do you call them? In hospitals, the what's called the defibrillator or something. I forgot the name. That the technical term for it. So maybe I don't know. Okay, that is it. And that was yeah, that was today's episode. Right, it ended in a very cliffhangerish way. So yes, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think they're going to kill Bakugo off. In no way are they doing that. Like I doubt that. Like isn't and I guess this did happen before as well, if you remember, like the whole Bakugo getting pierced. So something like this, similar to this, happened before. He didn't die there. I doubt he's dying here. It's just I feel like there's probably going to do something about it, because I don't know. I feel like this is a thing about, like, like very I guess you could say very popular shows. Like, even if the author has plans of doing something to, like, the main popular characters, they are not able to do it because of the fans. Like, which there was another which was it? There was another show like this which tried to do something similar, and people were so outraged. I remember, like, the author did something to bring the character back again. I cannot remember which show it was, but oh my god, it's coming to my head, but I'm not really remembering. There was, oh, Bleach, I think, wasn't it? Like, I think, like, they wanted to. I don't think this is spoilers. Bleach has come out and it's still ongoing, obviously. But there's a particular scene in, like, I'm not going to say the name, but in a particular character in Thousand Year Blood War, like, they did it so, like, it exactly seemed, when I was watching that episode, I was like, oh my god, this guy, they killed him off. It was something like that. But then after a few episodes, we realized that no, he's not dead. He apparently is alive, and he was brought in and nursed back to health. And I was so confused. I was like, what happened? Like, they showed as if they, like, the whole episode, it seemed like, they were, like, showing flashbacks and stuff, like, like, and they presented it as if that was the end. But then I think I've heard from other people that the author probably wanted to kill that character off, but people were so outraged that he brought him back again. So I don't think, in no way are they killing off Bakugo. If they kill Bakugo off, I feel like half of the sales will drop, and the whole thing will plummet to the ground. In no way are they doing that. Like, I refuse to believe. If they actually do it, I will be very surprised. Like, I will be very surprised. So yeah, in no way are they doing that. They're definitely bringing him back. So I don't know how, but probably somehow. Not really sure. But anyways, yeah, there you go. So today's episode was basically it was again kind of like roughly divided into two sections. The first section was Mirio and everyone else coming in, trying to help and trying to buy time up until Midoriya gets here, and we get to see Sun Eater in action, and Nejire and Mirio like stopped or stalled Shigaraki just so that he could get, like, Sun Eater can get enough time to use his the cannon thing that he made. And it was pretty like, intelligently done, I would say, because you could see Nejire was making it seem as if she's attacking, like, obviously she was attacking Shigaraki, but one of her twists that she uses, that was going towards Sun Eater, and she was feeding that cannon energy. So in the process, in the, like, she like disguised it very well, and didn't let Shigaraki realize that one of those twists is doing something else. And then Sun Eater uses it. But then again, like I said, at the end of the day, does it even matter? Like, no one's will be able to do anything to Shigaraki unless and until Deku comes in. It's pretty damn obvious. Like, that's like the whole thing. So, like, and I feel like they could, I don't know, like, I feel like the way they completely brush away everything, like, it's as if like every single character is an extra. Like, you know what, when Shigaraki said you're a damn extra, I actually kind of agree with it, because at the end of the day, nobody, like, yeah, obviously everyone is doing something and contributing to the main thing, but unless and until Deku comes in, I don't think anything's going to happen. They're going to keep going back and forth with this whole thing. And you see, like, how, like, Shigaraki completely brushes aside everything. Like, like, every single thing, all the attacks, all of these damn pro heroes are here, every single one of them, and like, and they are just, like, doing so much, and literally nothing is working. Nothing. He's and the fact that his quirks are sealed as well. Even with his quirks being sealed with Monoma's help, like, it is literally amounting to nothing. Like, everyone's just, like, fighting in vain. Like, I don't know, I feel like they could have just at least made these attacks a little bit affect him. Like, I can understand, obviously Deku's the main character, he will have to be here unless and until he comes. They cannot really proceed the whole, like, like plot otherwise. So they're just waiting and, like, like trying to stall for time and all that. I can understand that. Like, not only this show, every show does that, every shonen shows does that. Like, this is nothing like new. Um, so I can understand that. But can't you just make the attacks work at least a little bit? It seems as if Shigaraki is literally swatting away flies. Like, oh, like a fly is come, like, just, like, nothing's working. It's just that. It's just that insignificant in front of him. I feel like I don't know, at least in my opinion, I feel like they should have made these attacks. For example, you can see Sun Eater using everything to, shoot that whole thing. And what happens at the end? Shigaraki just comes back out unscathed. Literally unscathed. Nothing happened to him. Bakugo does so much to attack him, uses his power, and I was finally like, oh my god, damn, is it actually going to work now? Is Bakugo really going to make a difference? No. Again, nothing. Like, I can understand stalling for time unless and until Deku comes in, and then obviously the whole plot is going to move forward. I can understand that. Like I said, every single shonen show does that. This is nothing new. But can't we just make the other character's attack affect him even a little bit? I feel like this is just making it just so, what can I say? Like, it's as if, like, everyone else is literally being just, their attacks are not even working except a few. For example, Monoma's power and Monoma and Aizawa, I feel like these two are like the cornerstones of this, obviously, because they're the ones who are sealing off Shigaraki's power. They're being extremely useful, obviously, those two. Then we have, obviously, the people who are working in the background who made the, like the floating prison, like Momo, Mei, all of them are working, like in the background. They're also, like, being extremely, they're, like, we can see the result for their, like, what they're doing. We can see a proper result for that. Like, like, yeah, they're doing this and it's actually working on them. But I feel like every single time the characters who fight Shigaraki, like, front, in front of each other, like, like head to head, they always end up, like, getting the short end of the stick, because this goddamn person, like Shigaraki, nothing is, like, literally nothing works on him. So I feel like, I don't know, this is just a, like, like, I feel like they could have just made their attacks at least work a little bit, like, make sure that, oh, like, to, like, show the audience that, yeah, every other character that are fighting him head to head, their attacks are at least working a little bit. It's not completely useless. How many pro heroes are here? There's, like, so many of them. Literally nothing's working. Even Mirio came. I was actually expecting when Mirio came in, like, like, I was, like, in today's episode, there was 3 sections where I was thinking, oh, maybe it'll work. First, when Mirio comes in, because obviously Mirio is extremely, like, like, he's like one of those characters. So when Mirio comes in, I was like, oh, okay, finally, maybe we'll finally be able to do at least a little bit damage on Shigaraki, and then probably Deku will come in. I was thinking, no, it doesn't work. He literally ignores Mirio because he realized, and that was smart to do, I guess, because obviously Mirio's work is to save himself, protect himself, and he can fight back, head to head. If the person literally ignores him, he cannot really do anything in this situation because his power isn't suited for that. Nejire is there. Nejire obviously tries with her, like, like the twisty thing that she does, and Sun Eater, along with Nejire's power, uses that cannon. That was another part in this episode. That was the second part in this episode where Sun Eater was using that beam, the cannon beam. I was thinking, oh, maybe this time, maybe we'll finally be able to damage him a little bit. Maybe one part of his body will just go blow up completely and get destroyed or something. Something, at least something. No. It seemed as if it was working because, like, the beam comes in and starts destroying everything. And then he just, next scene we see he's literally unscathed. So that was the second part in today's episode. I was thinking, okay, maybe something will work. This time it will work. Third time was when Bakugo starts using his power like that. And he was literally, like, vanishing in front of him and just using his power and everything. And I was like, okay, maybe this time, maybe, and it'll be perfect because, we've always seen, like, Bakugo always being like the person who's not able to, I guess you could show his, like, what can I say, he's not able to catch up with Deku. Like, that's like the whole thing. Obviously, like, the whole All Might and Endeavor dynamic is going in with Bakugo and Deku as well. Endeavor always trying to catch up with All Might, not being able to. Bakugo is also trying to catch up to Deku. More so now, he's not able to, or he's not able to do the same thing that Deku does. So I was thinking, oh, finally, maybe we can see today, Bakugo's power is able to damage Shigaraki a lot, and then obviously Deku will come in and then probably finish the job, by the end of it, because he's the main character. Like I said, I can accept that. But I was like, okay, but I'm sure Bakugo will be able to do something. But by the end of it, it doesn't work. He was probably going to do something, but he was going so overboard that his heart would have stopped and he probably would have died. And now his heart has already stopped. So that was the third time in today's episode I was thinking, finally we'll be able to do some damage to Shigaraki. What's the result? Literally nothing. We didn't accomplish anything after all of these things. So this is what I'm saying, I'm saying I can understand Deku, we have to wait up until Deku comes in. But can't we just do something about the other characters? It's like we're focusing so much on Deku that we're just throwing other characters' development out the window. Yeah, they're developing, but I want to see a result. But it's not happening. Whenever there's this is the thing. Obviously, Deku's coming here. Every single character who will be here will probably not get a proper improvement or development just because Deku's here. All the other characters who are fighting elsewhere, every single character will get a development. For example, we saw Todoroki getting development. You saw that whole part. Endeavor got such a huge development over there because he was the sole person there who could do something in that situation. So we saw Endeavor's development over there. We saw Todoroki's development. I'm sure we're going to see who else is there? Ochako Suyu, or both of them fighting against Himiko. I'm sure we're going to see their development as well. Who else are there fighting other battles? There are a few others, I'm assuming. We might see their development as well. This group, whenever Deku's involved in something, you can forget getting the other characters getting any type of development, proper development. Because Deku's going to just take in all the thing. And it makes sense because he's the main character. But at least a little bit. I don't know. I just got so frustrated at today's episode, seeing how all the characters are trying so much and literally Shigaraki by the end of it is completely unscathed. Now I'm sure Deku's going to come in and he's going to make a difference now. So all the people up until now who has been giving their everything against Shigaraki, yeah, I just feel bad for them, especially Bakugo today. After so much things, literally nothing happened. Shigaraki is still fine. He's okay. He's at the top of his thing. And it got to such a degree that Bakugo is almost dying now. I think he's almost. I doubt they're going to kill him. Like I said, in no way are they killing him. But this degree, and literally nothing happened. Shigaraki is still fine. I don't know. I'm not a. I want the other characters to shine as well. And like I said, so many characters are shining. For example, Endeavor, that whole situation over there, Todoroki and all that. But whenever there's some villain we're fighting, especially if it's Shigaraki, you can forget other characters to get any type of opportunity to shine. It's only going to be Deku, because Deku is probably the only one who will be allowed to do something to Shigaraki. Unless until Deku comes here, you can forget any development from other characters, especially if it's against Shigaraki. Just yeah, I don't know. I just wanted the other characters today, their attacks, I wanted it to matter at least a little bit. But as we can see by the end of it, literally none of them did anything to him. Just literally nothing. It's just, I don't know. And I don't know when Deku's going to come. Is it going to happen in the next episode, or maybe the episode after that, or whatever? But I'm sure he's going to come, and he's probably going to see Bakugo in this state. and he's probably going to get pissed off or whatever, and I don't know, like and then Shigaraki will probably start getting damaged when Deku starts fighting him. So that kind of thing. And this is another thing, don't get me wrong, I know obviously Deku doesn't fight alone. He has the like support of everyone else, and he's able to make a difference only then. Alone he fights, but he's not able to do anything most of the time, and everyone else helps as well. You might be able to say that, oh, they're also getting developments. I'm not talking about that type of development. I'm talking about solo development, like how Endeavor got a solo development. I don't want Deku to be there to make the others get development. It defeats the whole damn purpose of it. Whenever there's Deku, yeah, everyone else alongside him obviously plays a minor role, and he becomes the person who plays the major role, and everyone else plays a minor role, and they do get development a little bit. But I'm not talking about that type of development. I'm talking about solo development. For example, here in today's episode, Deku wasn't here. If one of these characters at least did some kind of damage to Shigaraki, I would have been happy. I would have been like, okay, you know what, that's great. But you see, like, nothing happened. I'm sure, 100% sure, Deku's going to come back now. Everyone else is obviously, like all battered down and everything. Deku will start fighting Shigaraki now. And, by the end of it, Deku's power will probably be a little bit, won't be able to catch up to Shigaraki, but then everyone else will start helping him out. And then Deku will be able to reach that part. And probably we will be able to somehow, defeat Shigaraki. And Shigaraki will probably run away again. I'm pretty sure he will do that again. Unless until it's at the end, he'll probably keep running away. But either way, I think that's how it's going to go. I might be wrong though, but I can envision it going in like this. Up until now, nobody were able to do anything. Deku's going to come, he'll fight Shigaraki, he won't be able to reach that level, and then everyone else will help him, and then with everyone else's help, he'll be able to reach that level and probably scare off Shigaraki or whatever. I can see that happening. And yeah, I will not deny that obviously everyone else helping him out, obviously that's development. He was able to do this with everyone else's help. But like I said, I don't want that type of development. I want a solo development, like how Todoroki got. Todoroki got a solo development. He himself was able to defeat Dabi. And obviously he had help, but he was like the main character of that part. Endeavor, for example, he was, even though All For One is still all well and good still, he's fine. But still, like I said, he was able to deal a huge amount of damage to All For One, so much that All For One almost got obliterated, and he had to take out his trump card or whatever he's going to do now. So that's development. Endeavor was able to do that himself. With his own power, obviously Hawks and everyone else helped as well. But with his solo power, he was able to do that. That is what I'm calling development. In today's episode, if Bakugo or any of these characters here, like the three of them, Mirio, Nejire, and Sun Eater, if they were able to deal at least a little, I'm not telling them to defeat Shigaraki, at least a significant amount of damage, if they were able to do, like Bakugo or the others, if they were able to do it, I would have been like, yeah, that's good. Deku wasn't here, you were able to do this on your own. But I'm just frustrated at the fact that they showed it so many times that, oh, maybe something will happen, maybe they will deal damage to him properly, but by the end of it, he's fine. He's fine, nothing happened. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this solo type development. It's not happening. Unless and until Deku comes, nobody's going to get any development here because he's the main character. He's going to come and start fighting, and then everyone will probably be able to help him out and drive away Shigaraki. But I don't really want that. We've seen that so many times. Most of the time, that's what happens. This is the problem, whenever there's the main character, especially in shonen shows, whenever there's main characters involved in some battle, all the other characters fighting in that battle will always end up pulling the short end of the stick. And I feel just bad for Bakugo at this point. After so much of, after all of that, it's just, he can't catch a break. And even in the end, his heart is stopped or something. Even then, he wasn't able to do even a little scratch on Shigaraki. Yeah. Anyways, so there you go. It was a great episode, but I feel like it just frustrated me the fact that literally we weren't able to do anything, any kind of change. Let's wait and see, I guess. But let's see. Deku's going to come now, and I don't know when he's going to come. Maybe a few episodes later, or probably. But I think it's almost time for him to come because Bakugo's now that Bakugo's in that state, I feel like Deku's going to come anytime. Right. So there you go. That was today's episode. Right. Was there anything else? No, there wasn't anything else. That was it. Okay. So now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the first scene, we get to see Shigaraki being unscathed as always. And Bakugo, like it's injured and everything. What's his name? Aizawa. Yeah, Aizawa's like, can you contact Deku? But they cannot contact Deku. There's no signal and all that, And Aizawa's like, someone please help Bakugo out. We cannot let him, him die here. And yeah, so here we can see that Sun Eater, Nejire, and Mirio comes in, and Mirio's like, Principal Nezu put me for, like posted me over here so that I can act like like a relay for other people, and but he's like, now that this situation has gone escalated this much, I'll have to step in. And like I said, this is the part I was like, oh god, Mirio's here, maybe they'll be able to do something, because like up until now we've seen Mirio being someone who's been able to, who's quite like capable, and he's been able to do a lot of things. So like he has been compared to All Might before. That's how like his power is. But I guess in this situation, Mirio's power wasn't really suited for this part, because like I said, Mirio can protect himself by literally going through, and he and Shigaraki's fight would have been legendary if they were fighting 1 versus 1. But the problem here is that they're not 1 versus 1. Like Bakugo's almost injured, and like if like even if Mirio goes and tries to provoke Shigaraki, if Shigaraki decides to just ignore him, it's done. Like what can Mirio do? He cannot do anything in that situation. That's why I said 1 versus 1, this would have really worked perfectly. But when Shigaraki realizes that okay, it's not really working against Mirio, he just ignores him. Like that's literally what he does. He ignores him and starts walking towards Bakugo. Now what? Now what do we do? Like Mirio cannot do anything in this situation, at least. So that was a big problem here. And and they were actually trying to bide some time, so that and Nejire, and that's why Nejire and Mirio were trying to bide some time, not so that they can like Deku comes in, but they were biding some time so that Sun Eater can get his cannon or whatever that he was making, to get that ready. Yeah, so that is why you see Mirio here starts fighting against Shigaraki. Mirio uses Nejire's twist thing and puts it in his hand and uses that to attack Shigaraki. But in the end, he sees like it didn't even scratch Shigaraki. It literally did nothing, because obviously he's like automatically regenerating and everything. Over there, Mirko is also fighting against all of that. And yeah, and while all of this is happening, you can see Bakugo is like in a very like a very different state. Like his whole body's like sparkling, and he's like continuously just looking and trying to like predict the trajectory of Shigaraki's attack, and like mumbling in mumbling to himself. So there you go. Okay, so this is a part which is kind of interesting, because Mirio tells gives tells something to Shigaraki. He says like, oh, why are you doing this? And he was like, because the whole system is corrupt. It's just, that's why I'm going to destroy everything and I'm going to start anew. At which Mirio's like, oh, you wouldn't have said that if you had any friends. Now, let me guess, you don't have any friends, do you? Or something like that, he says. At which Shigaraki just stops, and his head kind of goes to a little bit of a little recollection, where he remembers his friend's name, and he remembers telling her, his mom, that oh, I play with them, I play hero games with them. And this is where he starts screaming, and he says like, oh no, those two are my friends. I do have friends. I play with them. And he said it in such a way, even Mio got like completely like flabbergasted for a moment. He was like, wait, what the hell? Like, okay, like I was trying to provoke him, but I wasn't expecting him to act like this. And you can see like, that Shigaraki has like the way he said that was as if like a little kid was throwing a tantrum, kind of like that. And for a moment, like both of them were confused, and then Shigaraki kind of came to his senses and he realized like, wait a minute, what was that? No. So does that mean there is a part within me that is still that little kid? And you can see that they kind of show it in that way where, uh, you know, he as a little kid is within him, and all these hands are like kind of getting him. So obviously there's still a part of him, like part of himself, that is still left in it. It's not all Shigaraki or all for one. There's that part of him as well. And he says like, oh, need to end this quickly, otherwise who knows what's going to happen. Because he also probably realizes that if someone is able to bring that part of him out again, it'll be not a good situation. And I can probably imagine what's going to happen now. Deku's going to come in and he's probably going to, I don't know, like somehow bring that part of Shigaraki out, which he himself fears that is going to completely, like, make his whole plans go in a, yeah, he Shigaraki himself realizes that that part of him inside, if yeah, it's not good. Like, so that's why he was at this point, he was like, oh no, I need to end this quickly, otherwise who knows what's going to happen. Right. And here we can see, like, like they start fighting, like obviously they're continuing to fight. And those Shigaraki keeps throwing those hands. Nejire keeps attacking those hands and destroying them. And you can see here, we see like Nejire was thinking like they're doing this so that they can buy enough time, not for Deku but for Sun Eater to get ready to get his attack ready. And we get a little bit of Nejire's flashback as well, where we see Nejire was a kid who was very curious about everything. So she used to ask all the, all his fellow students that, oh, like, your quirk, that sounds interesting. I wonder what you do about this. I wonder what you do about that. And she used to do that to every single person in the class. And it came to a degree where everyone was like, what the hell? You're just looking down on us or something? Just because your quirk is good? Obviously Nejire didn't really have that intention. He was very innocently asking everyone then, oh, what do you do about this, or what do you do about that, some stuff like that. So after she got subjected to that, she just stopped probably asking anyone and became very, like, just, very calm and cool. And then we see Sun Eater. I always forget his true name, like, so I'm just going to call him Sun Eater. Sun Eater comes in and he's like, he tries to talk to her, and he's like, covers his face, and he's like, oh, which one do you like, like heroes. And as soon as she sees that, oh, he's trying to actively talk to her, and she starts being talkative again. And there you can see, like, Sun Eater, Mirio, and Nejire, yeah, they become good friends. And yeah, so she says that she knows how strong Sun Eater is and how crazy his work can transform. And obviously it needs a little bit of time, and they're trying to buy that time for him. And we can see while Nejire is shooting her ability out, she's using one of those to boost up or put energy into Sun Eater's, like, like contraption, that cannon thing that he made. Right. And there you go. And you can see, like, like Sun Eater himself, obviously he suffers from, like, like self-confidence issues and stuff. He's very, he's very what's that word, like socially, like, like kind of awkward, cannot really speak to others, is very socially anxious. So, but he remembers when everyone, like, encouraged him, like, like Nejire, like Mirio told him that your quirk is very good, like, I know you will be able to do something really good with this quirk. And then the others, for example, what's their name, Tetsu and Kishima, both of them, everyone else, who told him that, yeah, your quirk is amazing, he remembers them. And he's like, like finally I'm able to put that weight into good use now. Like everyone's like words. Yeah, he can gain enough self confidence, and and he shoots out his cannon. And like I said, this part, it's again, this is the second part. I thought maybe it was going to work. Like not completely. Obviously, they will not be able to defeat Shigaraki because Deku's going to come, and that's going to happen then probably. But even a little bit, maybe a damage. And that's how it seemed like. He unleashed his power, and you can see Shigaraki kind of defending against it, and his hands getting constantly destroyed. And here you can see what I thought sealed the deal was Mirio, who comes in, punches him in the face. And finally, I was like, okay, it worked. It worked. At least a little bit of damage he sustained here. No. Nothing. Literally nothing happened. You see this part? Everyone's like worn down and everything. Yeah, Shigaraki's just fine. And everyone's like, why? Oh god. Yeah, and literally nothing. Like, I'm baffled. And there you go. And then Bakugo, you can see Bakugo suddenly gets up, and like his body is like sparkling. And this is the second time when I was like, oh. The third time I was like, oh, something's gonna happen. Like, but yeah, in the end, it doesn't work as well. Like, it's not that it doesn't work, but Bakugo starts going so crazy that they had to stop him, like, so that he doesn't burn himself out completely. And they kind of give an explanation as to what actually happened to Bakugo. So they say that, okay, where is it? I'm going to read this part. He uses nitroglycerin-like substance secreted on the palms of his hands to create explosions. The new movie invented cluster had a side effect even he didn't know about. Okay. This move, which had him storing sweat and releasing it in balls, was extremely hard on the sweat glands on the palm. Okay. As he focused on victory, continued to store up balls of sweat. The balls sought a different exit and leaked out from his whole body. That's why he was like, like it was like sparkling all over. And the explosion that came from his whole body produced even more speed. I guess probably the heat, like probably that increased his speed. Yeah, and you can see Bakugo here is like, my whole body hurts. Is this what you felt like, Deku, when you used to fight by destroying your own body? And like, I can understand it now. And you can see even Shigaraki's like, what the hell, like, how can a extra, a nobody like you, like, yeah. And I, for a moment, I didn't realize what they were doing here. Like, you see like All Might's like, like silhouette come in front of him, and he was like, oh, I'm a big fan as well. I wasn't able to tell you up until now. Can I get your autograph? I was kind of a brat up until now, so and then they start showing his heart, and I'm like, oh no, what's happening? Is it what I think is happening? And then like the others come in and stop him, and I'm like, oh, thank God, they stopped him before he completely destroyed himself. But then at the end we see like even if they did that, his heart still stopped. So yeah, and she like nothing happened to Shigaraki up, and Shigaraki is fine. But in the end, we see like Bakugo's like like sprawled on the ground. Just yeah, and his heart has stopped apparently. But like I said, I doubt they're going to kill him. In no way are they doing that. I will be very surprised if they actually kill him. Like I really will. Be very surprised. They'll probably bring him back. Like Bakugo's like the second most popular character after Deku, I think, in this show. Maybe some might even say that he's the most popular character. Who knows? Like I'm not really sure. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm assuming it's something like that. And yeah, I in no way If the author kills Bakugo, I think half of the fan base will probably boycott the manga or something. I can imagine that happening. In no way is it. I Like I said, you know what? Let's wait. Let's wait for the next episode. I will be very surprised if they actually do something to him. In no way are they doing that. Like Bakugo is too popular to be someone who can be killed off. And like I said, like mangas which are extremely popular, and My Hero Academia is extremely popular. Like the fan base has like a certain power over the author when it gets to that amount of popularity, unless and until the author literally doesn't care about what the fan base is saying and do their own thing, which is very rare, I guess, most of the time. But in no way, are they doing anything like that. Yeah, and I like, this is the thing. Even if the author wants to, he will not be able to do it because the fan base is going to just go crazy if something happens to like one of the most popular characters. You know, so yeah. Let's see. Let's wait and see. I'm sure I'll get my answer next episode. There you go. And that was today's episode. That was my reaction to episode number 11 of My Hero Academia Season 7. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of My Hero Academia. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.